Greetings, parents. I wanted to make this video separate from my morning announcement, kind of update, weekly thing. Uh, this isn't bad. This isn't bad. It's actually a celebration. Uh, Mrs. Smith has come to me and pastor and told our staff that at the end of this year, she is going to retire, which is great news to hear. Because it's time for her to get to spend time with her husband, Mark, who has also retired recently. And we're going to miss her as a teacher, but I know she's going to stick around and be part of our church for a while and for a long time. And so, what does that mean for us? That means we're on the shopping list. We are taking a look at what called workers are out there. So, a called worker is somebody, as a Lutheran church, we have, when you're in college, or there's two ways, let me put it that way. So if you're at a Concordia University, so Concordia University Ann Arbor, for example, you can get what we call an LTD, a Lutheran Teaching Diploma. And what that does is the Lutheran Church has a roster list. And what that roster list says is, as a Lutheran Church, we are saying that these people believe in the Lutheran doctrine, were trained in the Lutheran doctrine, and are eligible for a call. And so when we do a call for a teacher, which is a little bit different than a contract, a call teacher, we call them to be part of our congregation, part of our church, part of our school, and in turn, they get what's called the housing allowance. And there's some other stuff, but in general terms, what it means is a called worker to the IRS is looked at as in self-employed. So we get our housing allowance, we have to pay our self-employment tax, and so forth. So that's one way we can get a teacher, is through this call process. And I put into with our district to get our call papers, and then so that's a list of people that that the district looks at and say, okay, you're looking for a third grade teacher, fourth grade teacher. Here are names that we believe that will fit what you're looking for. I also reached out to the Concordias and asked them for a list of anybody that's graduating that could be potentially what they see fit in that spot. So that's one way to get on to the call list. The other way is teachers, maybe you went to a secular college, Eastern Michigan, Western Michigan, and then you started teaching in a Lutheran school and you wanted to become call. There's a process called colloquy, and that goes through some classes that you have to take, and then you have to take a test at the end to say, yeah, you are qualified to be on this roster. And that's another way that we could call somebody. So through an LTD or the colloquy program, you get put on the roster, and then we can call you. The other option we have is to take somebody that maybe not on, who has an LTD or went through the colloquy problem, so they're not a rostered worker, and so then that's when we issue a contract. And we have some teachers that are on contract because they went to a Eastern Michigan, Central Michigan, whatever university that was not a Concordia. And even if you go to Concordia, I know this gets complicated. Even if you go to Concordia, you could get a teaching degree without getting the LTD, the Lutheran Teacher Diploma. So we have our options out there, and we're going to be starting the interview process as soon as I get all this list and any names. So if you have somebody that you know that is a teacher that's looking for, potentially, we could do third, fourth grade. We might, have to be able to change things up. Never know. We always look at what's best for our kids and be able to implement that. So if you have anybody's names, please let me know or have them send their resume in. Also, keep Mrs. Smith in your prayers as she ends this year on a great note with some great kids, and bless her and everything that she has done for us in the past, and everything that she still will continue to be around doing for the school and the church as well. And I thank God that she gets to spend these days moving forward with her husband Mark, and get to travel maybe a little bit, spend time with their daughters as well. So it's a blessing. As sad as we are to ever lose a teacher, it is a blessing that we can see them take time to praise the Lord and take time with their families. So keep her in our prayers. Keep us in our prayers as we go through this process.